This is a really important lesson. And, unfortunately, I learned this one late in life, but I didn't just learn it, I really internalized it. And that takes a while sometimes. Do not argue with other human beings, okay? You are wasting your fucking time. People are hardwired. Once a person gets into their mid 20s, they are hardwired to keep on believing, keep on acting, keep on doing as they have been doing. And there's not shit you can say. There's no eloquent argument that you can raise, anything that you can do that's going to change them after that. There's a saying that most people die in their 20s and spend the rest of their lives waiting for their bodies to catch up. Now that's deep. There's a superficial thing that it means, and you can see obviously what it means, but there's something under that. Most people have made up their minds in their 20s, or rather their minds have been made up for them. You see? They had very little to do or say with the making up of the mind process. Most people have internalized all the shit in their environment by that point in their lives, and they're just going to keep on going along the same railroad tracks, and there's nothing you could do to derail them. Don't argue with people outside of your house. When you have a conversation with somebody and you're trying to tell them something that you know is true and they just won't internalize that shit, that is your cue to just smile and go, okay, and go on with the rest of your day. Because there's nothing you could do for that person. It doesn't matter if you've lived it and you know for a fact it's true and it works, whatever it is. Even if they believe you, most people don't have the will, even if they believe you, to change their behavior and to do the thing you're suggesting or to take your advice. Right? I made a video about this, a rant on giving advice. Right? There's something else though. You see, the people in your household, it's kind of a different story. It's hard to just watch your wife or your children do things, right? And just not say shit and just let them live their fucking lives because they're in your household. They affect you, you know? The best thing you can do for the people that you really care about, if you want to change them for the better, because you know something, some new behavior, new habit is going to make them better and happier, is to show them that you're practicing that thing. You want them to get in shape, you want your wife to get in shape, work out and get in shape yourself. You understand? Take your shirt off in front of her and see, so that she can see the products of your labor. And that will entice her over time. It's not going to happen immediately, but it's going to entice her over time to come along to your side of the fence. I never pressured my wife to work out. We've been together for a long time. I never pressured her to come to the gym with me. You know what I'm saying? I just showed her my consistency. Rain, sleet, or snow. I'm out there running. I'm out there doing my thing. I go to the gym. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I will literally go out in my backyard and work out while it's pouring rain outside. So if you want your children to read more, you better start reading books in front of them. Turn up the time. If you just go, hey, go read a book, that's not ever going to sink in. That's not ever going to take root. You have to alter people's behavior by serving as a good example and allowing them to observe you. And if it's in them, they will follow suit in time. There's a frequency in the universe. I call it the truth frequency. And if a person is not tuned into that, there's nothing you could do for them. And that frequency is independent of gender, of education, upbringing, intelligence. It doesn't matter. There are very intelligent, well-educated people in the world who believe some really kooky shit. Okay? There are well-educated people in the world who are, you know what? I'm not even going to go into that. But it doesn't matter. Some people are just tuned in and some people aren't. I've met very young and naive people who are just starting out in life, but at their age and at their level of development, they knew and understood things that a lot of the adults that I know don't know and don't understand. See what I'm saying? So it's independent of any of these things. Some people are just tuned into the truth and some people aren't. And when you meet a person, right, as soon as you ascertain that you can't invite that person to believe the truth, regardless of how you present it, once they're not on that frequency, you need to take your leave. You need to balance, because otherwise you're going to be wasting your fucking time. And this brings me to my last point. And this is a hard truth I've had to swallow through the years, but sometimes knowledge, the acquisition of knowledge or technique or expertise or whatever it is, sometimes that has to be its own reward. You just got to be happy that you know how to do some shit, or that you know something, or that you found something out, or that you've learned something. I remember when I started to study African history and I was learning all this really cool stuff, and I wanted to talk to my friends about it. No one gave a shit. People don't really care. All people care about is eating, watching television, and fucking beating off and fucking and whatever the fuck, and being entertained in whatever way they can, maybe making some money, and that's it. That is the depth of most people's concerns. And once you try to introduce people like that into things that are outside the sphere of their influence, you are wasting your fucking time. Don't waste your time. Allow the acquisition of knowledge, allow your growth, your evolution to be its own reward. Be happy for yourself, by yourself. Self-sustain. And once you can do that, maybe start reaching out to people, but prepare to be disappointed a lot. Most of the fucking time, you will be disappointed. Just be prepared for that. Okay? So this is Son of Sotep. I'm your brother Sotep, reminding you not to try to change people. Don't argue with people. You are wasting your time.